Yeah, great job. So, wow, the packaging is thick, and so far no scratch with any of this part. Yeah, I think even this foam is actually wrapped with the saran plastic, so that's really good job. Hey beautiful people, this is Ben from Ben's Home Gym. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to try to build the EcoStrength leg extension leg curl combo. But apparently, and I don't know if it was me, but I think I lost the manual. So I've done builds before for several leg extensions, leg curl combo, without any references. So hopefully I'll be able to do it. I think this would be a good opportunity to show you how to build this. So we're making a build video. Yay! So the first thing I want to do is actually organize everything. Every piece of the machine has been scattered throughout the gym, and that will not be good when you are doing your build. So rule of thumb is for you to get the heaviest things as such closer to it, because definitely a portion of this machine that's really going to be heavy is this weight stacks, and where's the arm, and actually that arm that has a counterweight on it. I have an existing leg curl leg extension combo, and this sucker here was a pain to actually put on by myself. So if you have some help, you need 2% to actually load this portion of the machine. But yeah, I'm gonna organize and I'll come back with the next portion. Okay, after organizing and making sure that things are close to where they are, because we don't have any manual, I tried to figure out how to actually build the whole thing, which bolts go to where would the cross members go, and it looks really straightforward. I like the fact that everything is already connected within this side of the machine. Let me just show you, but this is the only reference we have. I don't know if that's actually but as of now, that's the only reference we have. So it's straightforward, it's doable. I think it can be done. So I'm giving myself at least an hour and a half to finish this. There's a secret to that one though, and it's actually getting prepared. So let me show you what I'm doing here. Here, the first thing you want to figure out when you're building this machine or any gym equipment of any sort is actually getting your sizes for the nuts and bolts, which I think is gonna be pretty much what we have to do. And look, I actually found some old wrenches for my EcoStrength, or was it one of my benches? Anyway, these are able to accommodate the sizes of these bolts or nuts. I have another monkey wrench here. I'll just pre-measure everything. There you go. Wrenches. So what I have this, and I do love them, but sometimes you are limited if you have if you need space or if you have some tight spaces. So I also have the L Allens, but this is what I use most of the time. Just whatever works for you. Oh yeah, if you have some of this, I got this from Harbor Freight, especially when you're aging like me, in his 40s. Let's get started. And as per reference, I think the first thing that we're gonna do is this bottom area. So we're gonna connect the seat portion, or sorry, the seat support with the cross member here. And I think there's two. There's one on the middle of that seat support, and then one that connects it to the weight stack system or the. So the other thing I want to do is actually start with organizing my bolts. It'll be a good idea to kind of separate and make sure everything matches. Count all the nuts and bolts, and then your washers. I think each one should have two, but keeping them separate amongst the other nuts and bolts and other accessories here or connectors would be a neat idea. So for now, I'm just going to focus on this one. And I think as soon as everything is bolted there, all of this will be gone. And I can start working with the other pieces here. So let's bolt in. Ooh, actually, they actually have a preset holes here for the nuts and bolts, so that'll make it easier. So one thing that you want to remember is to make sure when you're bolting the cross members, make sure that one side is tight and the other one is loose. Okay, just enough to have a wiggle, so that when you actually put this cross member in between these holes, you are able to budge this in, because definitely this was made to be an exact measurement, and if it's tight, you would end up having a headache in trying to place this in. So what's really confusing is you have four small bolts, but as you can see, there are specific bolts for this side to actually place the nuts and bolts in. So start bolting on this side. I think it's time to place in the extensions or the arms for the machine. First thing I want to make sure is Do we have enough grease here? Looks like it's greased up, so I don't think this is going to be a problem. Just in case, if you want to lubricate, then try to do a lubrication on those, on this portion. I think this is about 40 pounds. Whee! Oh no. Shit. Okay. Okay. There you go. Line it up. So here's a little dilemma. I have two bolts of the same sides, which I think would actually end up going to this part of the, this one belongs here. No way! The battery ran out. Anyway, was I ended up bolting this 16 millimeter nuts and bolts here, and for you to achieve that, if you're by yourself, is just start placing one bolt at a time and then just manually, like securing it just by like tightening it up with your hand. As soon as you get at least two of them, it's stable enough to start bolting. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward. So the next thing is actually to start placing in the stack. We got our stocks ready there, our pins and rods. Very vital, always, you need a rubber stopper at the end of the weight stacks here, unless you like loud noises. And then we put those guide rods in. Ooh, does it feel tight? Oops. Let lie like that. Depends on if you want to do it up front or on this side. Just let it lie at one side. Let me show you what I meant. Let it dangle, or at one side, so you can easily slip in those weight stacks. Not sure about you guys, but I always want to put grease before I actually put in the weight stack. These things can be messy, so always get a cloth behind it. Just like spray here and there. Okay, so yeah, so make sure you catch everything, because you don't want white specks on your flooring. Which one is the top? Which one is the bottom? This side, which has more plastic on the low end, is actually on the bottom. And the reason why I wanted that is because it gets more impact over time. All right, so let's drop them. Boom. The build on this one is pretty easy. The sound, but kind of versus sound smooth. This rubber stopper is actually, or this stopper is meant for the weight stack, when you insert both ends of the guide rods here. Then you tighten it to secure the whole thing. You do place it in about here. This is where you would bolt in the stopper. Alright, there you go. There you go. You need to put a washer on it as well. Start running this cable through. This is a correction. We need to put this for the second through here and under. Okay, you need to feed that cable through. And what I do is, until I see that, I'll tighten the first one. Okay. For the cable length, you can adjust to tighten this. As you can see with my latest adjustment, I actually ended up pushing the thread a little bit farther than my original configuration. You can adjust this anytime. Here's something different. So we have 3 remaining bolts here, which actually fits. Well, the 3 remaining bolts at this size, which actually fits on the holes of this seat. But you know, and then I noticed there's like four holes here, but from what it looks like, this one also has 3 holes. So I think you just need to adjust it according to the length you like, or one of them actually will have to align with whatever this is closest to. So I'm gonna think it's the first one. This is where longer length Allens help. Why did I use that washer? Yeah, you know what? It actually has one. It looks like this will be the top one. Okay. And this is how you would put it in. There you go. Alright, and that is it for this build tutorial. I hope you enjoy it. If ever you have any questions, just leave it in the comments below. Once again, this is Benz from Ben's Home Gym. Hope you have a great day ahead. Peace out.